After the crown prince discovered she was a woman disguised as a man. Chapter 1. The Sinister Crown Prince. The lush greenery flourished, and orioles flitted about the land. Every corner of the city was adorned magnificently. It was spring, the weather gentle and pleasant. Initially, shy warmth filled the air, painting a vivid picture of flourishing vitality everywhere. Phó Ninh Dung gradually regained consciousness. A slight movement startled her wound, and the pain in her shoulder made her inhale sharply. Yet, the first thing she did upon waking was not to check on the wound on her right shoulder, but to feel the bandage wrapped around her chest and the Adam's apple at her throat. After confirming everything was intact, the heavy stone in her heart finally dropped. She had been injured by an arrow. A deep one. The family physician, who had been treating her, mentioned that if the person who brought her here hadn't known basic medical skills to stabilize the wound, the injury could have been fatal. Even the best physician couldn't perform miracles. Perhaps death would have been better. Phó Ninh Dung had a fleeting naive thought. If she had died, she wouldn't have to dwell on her past or the challenges ahead. Nor would she need to exhaust herself clawing her way up. Her identity now posed a grave issue. She wasn't sure if her secret had been exposed. Things had been too chaotic at the time. After shielding the crown prince from an arrow, her wound had bled profusely. The pain made her tremble, leaving no strength to pay attention to anything else, including whether the person tending to her wound had uncovered her disguise. Had the crown prince discovered that she was a woman? She shouldn't have blocked that arrow for him. It was her family, the Phó family, who had plotted this. The current emperor was suffering from a minor illness, but over a month of treatment had shown no improvement. His health had steadily deteriorated. If the emperor passed away, the heir to the throne would undoubtedly be the crown prince, Ta Du. Phó Ninh Dung and her father, along with her uncle, held official positions in court. Ta Du, although only a crown prince, ruled with ruthless decisiveness. He was notorious for his cruel and cunning methods, far from the righteousness her family esteemed. Compared to Ta Du, her family favored the second prince, Ta Lam, and wanted to help him ascend to the throne. But time was running out, and the dramatic shifts in court politics could occur at any moment. Desperate, her family resorted to a perilous plan: assassinate the crown prince during a hunting expedition. Phó Ninh Dung had initially wanted no part of it. Fearing her presence might compromise the Phó family, she had even concocted a flawless excuse to distance herself from Ta Du. But who could have anticipated that, at the critical moment when the arrow was loosed, Ta Du would unexpectedly appear, leaving her no time to react. The assassination attempt on the crown prince, coupled with her failure to protect him, was a crime that warranted execution of her entire clan. For that reason, she could only shield him with her body when the arrow came flying, reluctantly taking the hit. It was all Ta Du's fault. Phó Ninh Dung cursed him 3 times in her heart. Someone wanted him dead. A single arrow could have killed him. Yet he refused to go quietly and had dragged her into this mess. She had taken that arrow for him, unwarranted. It didn't just leave her wounded but also subjected her to questioning by her father and uncle. They accused her of defying family orders and questioned if she had any better plans to dethrone Ta Du. Phó Ninh Dung's best skill was obediently becoming a puppet. They expected her to do everything possible to harm the crown prince, while simultaneously pretending as if nothing had happened afterward. It was an impossible balancing act. Knock, knock, knock. Someone rapped at the door. Phó Ninh Dung knew exactly who it was. "Father, please come in." "So, you've awakened," Phó Tong said as he entered leisurely. Phó Ninh Dung tried to rise and greet him but crumpled back onto the bed due to the pain. "No need to stand. Your wound hasn't healed yet," he said. "Thank you, father," she replied. A faint trace of blood seeped from her wound, forcing her to rebandage it before lying down again. Knowing the purpose of his visit, Phó Ninh Dung got straight to the point. "You wish to ask why I shielded the crown prince from that arrow?" "Yes," Phó Tong replied with a nod. Phó Ninh Dung explained earnestly, "Father, shielding the crown prince was not my intention. I had already planned to excuse myself from the situation, but in that critical moment, the crown prince appeared beside me. If I hadn't been there, it wouldn't have mattered. But with the crown prince dying right in front of me, I couldn't avoid being accused of failing to protect him. Not only would I be punished, but our entire family could be implicated. If those assassins were investigated thoroughly, it would inevitably lead back to us. As the door closed behind her father, Phó Ninh Dung's tension remained. Suddenly, a cold, mocking voice cut through the silence. Deep schemes? Ruthless methods. The newcomer sneered darkly. You're generous with your accusations. Pinning so many crimes on me. How impressive,